Welcome to From Vinyl to Streaming, Tunes Through Time with Abby and Judy. I'm Abby.
And I'm Judy.
How you doing, Judy?
I'm good. How are you, Abby?
I'm good. How was your week?
My week was good. How about your week?
It was good. I'm trying to think what happened.
It was pretty uneventful, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Wait, we had New Year's. Did we have New Year's this last week?
Yeah. Our last episode came out on New Year's. Right?
So, yeah.
So we had New Year's, which was very fun.
Happy New Year's, everyone.
Happy New Year. We had a good time. I'm trying to think.
I cleaned my house.
Yes. You did clean your house.
I got all Christmas down. How about you?
I cleaned my house. Me and my roommate went through and deep cleaned our kitchen, went through our pantry, got rid of all of our expired food, reorganized some things. It was like a 7-hour ordeal.
And I think you're coming over this week to do that to my house?
I don't think so. My roommate threw her back out doing it. So
No, is she okay?
She's okay now, but she was not okay for a while.
How did she throw her back out? She just
picking up a box.
Oh no.
It was really sad. But that's okay, so she sat and pointed a lot of the things while I was running around. So I was very tired, but
look at those muscles.
Look at those muscles. Ooh. I then also had to shovel my driveway for the first time ever. I've never shoveled a driveway before. And
Never?
Never. And I know that's sad and embarrassing. I'm aware of that. That's on me.
It's all right.
I shoveled our walkway before, but never a whole driveway. It will never happen again. It was the most miserable experience of my life, and it will never happen again. And it took me an hour and a half, and my driveway's not even that big. And it was embarrassing as all these cars were driving by, waving at me as I was suffering.
I think it's kind of fun.
Do you want to come to my house?
No, I don't like to do it for very long, but it sometimes when it's been snowing, it feels good. I don't know, to be out there and you're doing some hard work.
Honestly, I think if we hadn't driven over it, it would have been no big deal. It was where we drove over that we were causing problems. And it was not fun. It was kind of silly. I don't know.
You should never drive over your snow until it's been shoveled.
I didn't know that.
Now you do.
Now I do. And it'll never happen again. The shoveling, I mean. Just kidding. But it was good. I went and saw the Bob Dylan movie.
How was that?
Talk about music a little bit. It was really good. I think if I knew just this much about Bob Dylan, I would have really, really enjoyed it. I have no idea what Bob Dylan's music is, what he sounds like. So I can't even tell you if Timothy did a good impression of him because I have no idea. But I actually did know a couple more songs than I thought I did. But I think it was a very well done movie. I like Timothy Chalamet. I think he's very talented. I thought he did a very good job.
I feel like I've been avoiding Bob Dylan my whole entire life.
See,
and I don't know why.
The thing I didn't realize he was a folk singer.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. And I like that kind of music. So I might actually like Bob Dylan.
He just has that twangy sound to him.
A little bit, yeah.
I don't know.
But the movie was really well done.
I think he looks mean too.
See, I don't even know what he looks like.
Really?
Yeah. I know.
He's probably the nicest man in the world.
Nothing about Bob Dylan.
He's probably great. I don't know. Maybe he's not.
I don't know. He kind of seemed a little
on the edge.
A little on the edge there.
That's what I always felt like, he was on the edge.
But
I don't know. I've just been avoiding him my whole entire life.
It was a very well done movie. It was really, really good. So I would recommend seeing it, but I just know nothing about Bob Dylan, so I can't tell you if it was an accurate portrayal at all, but it was really good. No, the Edward Norton was in it, the guy at the Hulk, that first Hulk.
Oh, yeah.
And he's not my favorite actor in the whole entire world, but he did such a good job. I loved him in it. He was really, really good. He played Pete something. He was a big folk singer back in the day. Pete something. I can't remember his name, but he did a really good job. I really liked him. He was probably my favorite part of the show.
Peter Tork?
No. Pete, I think it started with an S. I'm gonna look it up because it's gonna bother me. But it was a really well done movie. And I did really enjoy it. It was kind of funny. We were talking about because me and Maddie went and saw it. We were talking about how they film this movie with all of these vintage cars. Every
really?
car, they just they have to block off so many blocks. So it was filmed in New York. Block off so many blocks and just fill them with vintage cars because there was not a modern car in sight, which is good because,
Yeah.
that means it's accurate. But Pete Seeger, I don't know.
Pete Seeger.
Yeah. I think he was a big folk guy back then.
I don't know.
But he did a really, really good job. I liked him a lot in the movie. But it was really good. I would recommend. It was a good movie. A teeny bit of language, but that was it.
Really?
But literally it. A teeny bit of language, but nothing else.
I'm
I was
kinda
actually
surprised.
shocked. I was really shocked that there was nothing that I feel like
Interesting.
I mean, literally without 3 or 4 words, it would have been a PG-13 movie. So it was really good.
I always felt like Bob Dylan and Tom Petty were very similar singers. They both
Okay.
had that little twang.
Yeah.
But I just avoided Bob Dylan.
There you go.
I don't know why. I just never thought, I never got a good vibe about
Yeah.
him or something. I don't know.
Oh, and the movie was kind of about his rise in folk music, and then him kind of transitioning to like more produced music, kind of, with electric guitars and that kind of a thing. So it was interesting. Again, I just know nothing about Bob Dylan, so I don't know
I don't know anything
like
about
that
him either.
I assume it was a big deal when it happened, or like things like that, when
Well,
he left folk
he's
music,
huge.
kind of, yeah.
Like, he's a huge singer. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know why I always were like, why do they like him so much? I just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either, but it was really good. And Timothy, I think he did a really, really good job. And I think he did a good job singing as well. I would listen to the music Timothy was singing. So I don't know, maybe I need to check out Bob Dylan because I did really enjoy the music. But it was fun.
That's
It was a good time. I would recommend it. It was a good movie. And if you like Bob Dylan, I think you would really like the movie
Yeah.
because it was so well done. But yeah, so I saw that this weekend. That was fun. I'm trying to think. I think that's about it.
I did some cooking. I did some
Nice.
cleaning.
Nice.
I did some sewing.
Nice. Sounds like a fun weekend to
It
me.
actually was kind of fun. So, yeah.
That's good. That's
Got
good.
my pillows done for our room because we've been remodeling a little bit. And
Yes.
I got the pillows done and the cushion. So I'm feeling very
It looks really, really
accomplished.
good. It looks really, really cute. She did such a good job. But anyway, so into our topic today, we thought that we would talk about, since holidays are over, things like that. And the Golden Globes were this last weekend. We thought we would talk about Wicked because obviously that has been such a big topic of conversation. It was such a big release.
It's huge.
And it's on streaming now. So we thought we would talk about Wicked.
Yeah.
We've talked about a little bit before about how much we love musicals or loved
did,
musicals.
yeah.
We went through a big musical theater
We did
phase.
go through a big phase. It was
Really big.
it lasted years.
It did. It was very, very prominent.
Yeah.
13 to 2017.
Yeah.
Thick in the musical theater
Well, I
stage.
think even up to 2020
Probably true. That's probably true. Up to
when
2020.
they kind of quit
Yeah,
doing live.
I think that's fair.
I think after that I was like,
yeah, I think that's fair. So 2013 to 2020.
I would say that's when
I think that's fair.
we were highly into musicals.
Very much. And Wicked is one of our favorites,
Yes.
I would say. At least one of my favorites.
You know, it was one of my favorites. We had a fun time when you guys were little. We went and saw it. Remember at the Capitol?
I don't. Well, maybe I do. I don't
Yeah,
know.
we
It was after I saw it in New York.
Yeah. And I remember thinking, I like this. Don't know if I get it, but I like
I
it.
do remember seeing it because I remember spoilers. If you don't want to hear part 2 spoilers, stop now. Bach is the Tin Man doing March of the Witch Hunters like up on the side in the Capitol Theater. I do
Okay.
remember that.
Yeah, the lady that played the lady at the school. What's her name?
Oh, Madame Marble.
Yeah, she was played by a actress named, I can't remember what her name is.
She was a soap actress though,
But
wasn't
she was on Guiding Light when I used to
okay,
watch her.
yeah.
She played Reva.
That's right. That's
She
right.
was. So I was
I
excited.
do remember this. I do remember
I
this.
remember seeing Reva and thinking that was fun.
That is, yeah, I do remember that. She was
So,
really good. I remember.
yeah,
her
I
very
just
good
remember
about
I was really confused. The first time I liked the music, but I was really confused.
it. Yeah, I saw it for the first time in New York. Me and my dad went on a trip to New York, and that was the show I wanted to see because obviously it's Wicked. It's pretty
Wicked.
iconic.
Yeah.
So we saw it in New York on Broadway in 2012, I think. And it was incredible. I remember just being blown away by the sets, the like, just
Everything in New York.
the
it's
magic
beautiful.
of it
Yeah.
all. It was so, so incredible.
Yeah, Emily and I went and saw it in New York, and Justin Gordini, I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah.
He's the one that came in second place to Kelly Clarkson on
American Idol.
American Idol, yeah,
First
the first season. And he played, what's his name? Fierro. He actually did a really good job. I was like, when I looked at the playbill and saw his name, I was like, Justin Gordini? You know, but he did a great job. But the set in New York was just gorgeous.
Incredible. I remember because they have the like big dragon on top, like outlining the set kind of. And I just remember, because you can see that even when the curtain's down. I remember sitting there like 11 years old, just like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, this is what musical theater is. I remember it was very, very cool. So we've loved Wicked for a very, very long time.
And we've been anticipating this movie for a while because you've been following it.
Yes. So we've seen it, like whenever the touring cast comes, we would go see it. So we've seen it quite a few times on stage and just listened to the music a lot. And so when there's been rumblings about a movie for, I don't know, 20 years now, forever. But when it got serious rumblings for a movie around, 2018, 2019, we got really, really excited because we just love this musical so much.
So much, yeah.
But it's also, I think and for the musical theater world in general, it's such a beloved musical that if this movie wasn't incredible, it was going to make people so, so mad.
So mad.
Kind of like the Les Mis live action they did a couple years ago with the worst casting I've ever.
Hugh Jackman even.
Hugh Jackman, if Hugh Jackman was the worst in the movie, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
He wasn't great.
But he wasn't the
that
worst.
bad.
Yeah.
He was not, what's his name?
I don't even want to remember.
No, not Colin Farrell. What's his name?
I
I just had it and I can't remember. That's because I trauma blocked it out.
I've trauma blocked it out. They knew. They should have just fired him.
That's really what I don't understand is it was sung live, which was a bad idea because
did they sing that one live?
I may be wrong, but I think they sung it live and recorded it and tried to mesh them together, and that's why it sounded so bad.
It did sound bad.
Because everyone sounded bad, and I mean, there were two fantastic singers in that movie, Aaron Tveit and Samantha Barks. They were the only two incredible singers in that movie. And even they didn't sound as good as I know them to be kind of thing. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure they did that. That might have been a different movie, but I'm pretty sure it was Les Mis. But anyways, so when they started rumblings for the Wicked movie,
it had to be good.
It had to be incredible. And also since it was, 20 years in the making since they released since it debuted on Broadway, people were really, really anticipating this movie. So I think it was 2020 when they announced that Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo were going to be the witches in it. And I am a big Ariana Grande fan. I really, really like her. I've always thought she's an incredible singer. That was not the sentiment that most people held. They were very, very skeptical, which I can understand. You being one of them, because
I can't understand a word she says.
She doesn't enunciate, and everyone knows she doesn't enunciate. She knows she doesn't enunciate, but also it's a very different style of music from what Wicked is. And she sang for the Wicked. I think it was a 20-year anniversary or something like that. She sang "The Wizard and I."
Oh, did she?
Yeah, at the big celebration thing, and she sang it very Ariana Grande-y. And this was before they announced that she was going to be in it. It was a year or so before I think she even auditioned. But so all people really had to look to was that. But I will stand and say I had faith the entire time. I knew she was going to kill it. I just want that. I want that record. I want that record to be shown. But so the production for this movie kind of started. We got little snippets of things. We got little casts announcements every now and then. I did not know who Cynthia Erivo was before this movie. Since this movie came out, I have realized I have heard her sing before in other musicals and other things.
You have?
Yeah. So she was in The Color Purple.
Have you seen The Color Purple?
No.
I can't talk. Purple.
The Color Purple. I haven't, but there's there's a couple of the songs from it that like are on TikTok and things like that. And then she was in a musical about Harriet Tubman. She played Harriet Tubman, and there's one song from that's especially viral on TikTok. So I didn't realize that was Cynthia Erivo, but now I know it is. But so they start releasing things. We start seeing pictures. You know, Jeff Goldblum is announced as a wizard. Michelle Yeoh is announced as Madame Morrible. And then the best news to come out of Wicked.
Jonathan Bailey.
Jonathan Bailey is announced as Fiyero, which I have to say was the perfect casting. Everyone in that movie was incredible. That man was born to be Fiyero, and I love him every moment of every day, and I am so happy that he got that opportunity, and we got that opportunity to see him as Fiyero, because as we all know, I love Jonathan Bailey with my whole soul.
She does. You do. You love him.
I remember when that was announced, because a lot of he had gotten pretty popular at that point, but not for musical theater. So everyone was like, he can sing. Like, I don't really know. Like, he looks the part, but can he really sing? And then he was in the last 5 years on the West End, and there was a video of him singing some songs from that came out, and everyone was like,
in that. Mm-hmm. Is he the husband?
Yeah, he played Jamie. But that started coming out, and people were like, this is so perfect. This is going to be so good. He's going to be so good. And he was.
And he was.
He was. I love him. But I just remember pictures, like there were helicopters and stuff flying over where they were filming. So they got like really grainy, like not very great pictures, but we could kind of see a little bit of what it was starting to look like. And those were so exciting. But then it took forever to film because they filmed both parts at the same time. And then there was the strike. So they had to go home and then come back for reshoot. So it was delayed quite a while.
Yeah.
But it finally came out.
It finally came out.
Yes.
And what do you think?
I think it is as perfect as it could be.
I think so.
There are a couple of things I would change, but they aren't significant enough where I think it's like really even worth
talking about.
Like, I think Michelle Yeoh is a great actress. She's not a singer, and she knows she's not a singer. And I mean, Madame Morrible,
play it, though.
Yeah, Madame Morrible doesn't sing very much, so it's not like that upsetting. But I mean, I think that could have been a really cool opportunity to get like a real like Broadway legend, like a Bette Midler or like a Barbra Streisand, or even like what's her name? She's got a real nasally voice. I can't think of her name. I can't think of her name, but like a real Broadway legend. You know what I mean?
Like, what's her name that's married to that one guy that's from Utah?
Audra McDonald. Yeah.
Audra McDonald would have been good.
Like a real Broadway legend. I think it could have been a cool opportunity for that.
Yeah.
But what's this lady's name? I can't remember. She's short hair. I can't think of her name. If you know who I'm talking about, comment down below.
Patti LuPone?
Yes, Patti LuPone. Like someone like that. Like
I get
that was so good. Like someone like that. Like a real legend.
Yeah, because she is a legend.
Yeah, like it could have been a cool opportunity for something like that. But Michelle Yeoh is an incredible actress, so I'm not upset about it.
I think she played it well, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Her singing's not as good, but she did play it well.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fun.
But I really do think it is as perfect of a movie as it could be. You know what I mean? Because there's always going to be little things, but I think it was cast so perfectly. Ariana Grande showed up. She did such a good job, which I think one of the coolest things seeing about this movie, like apart from the movie, is like how much these two girls put into this movie. You know what I mean? Like Ariana Grande was doing voice lessons and acting lessons like well before her first audition just to try and get a chance at this role. Like I think you could tell with both of them that this really is like a dream role for them, and they put in the work to honor that. Which I think is really, really cool.
It is cool.
But what did you think of it?
Oh, I really liked it. Mm-hmm. I liked it. I was very impressed. I loved how they could do the sets bigger and better, you know?
Yeah.
Like the tulip set. Oh,
the 9 million tulips that they planted. That's insane. Tulips.
I love tulips so much. And then I was very impressed with Ariana Grande. Boy, that girl has some Pipes. I was
The girl
surprised
can sing.
because I could never ever understand a word she says, and this one you can, and she can hit those high notes like she's supposed to, like none other. I don't know how she does it. I wish she didn't look so skinny.
See,
and I guess I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't body shame anyone.
Well,
okay, we're being canceled now.
We're being canceled. I think
she's a little skinny. Let's put it that way.
I think they
that's
did it.
That's a mom in me.
That's a concern for her, not a comment on her body, a concern for her health.
Yeah.
But I think they did a good job in the movie of color correcting it in a way, just because I think her blonde, I really think it's the blonde hair and the blonde eyebrows.
I think it is too.
Because she's always been a really small person.
She's very small.
So I think it's just the blonde hair and the blonde eyebrows, but I think they like colored it well that it doesn't look like it does in real life, because I don't love the blonde on her, but it's fine.
Yeah.
And the blonde is slowly going away because her poor hair.
I know. But she did a really good job. I thought she was really perky and cute, like she's supposed to be, and I thought that was great.
And we didn't even mention, so I don't know if we mentioned, this movie was live sung.
Yeah.
They did not have the track over it. They live sang the whole thing.
Which was amazing.
Which is amazing, because they did it right. Like, they did it right, because every other time this has been attempted, it sounds horrendous. But this time, it's so, like,
they did a great job. That is mind-blowing. It is very mind-blowing. I really liked it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was fun. I really enjoyed that. And then that other lady, what's her name? Cynthia. You know, I watched too many interviews beforehand.
The press tour was a bit much.
It was a bit much, you know.
Although I can see Jonathan Bailey and Jeff Goldblum sit there and talk to each other for hours.
Oh my heck, they are funny.
They should have been the center.
Yeah, but the other ones, the other two,
they talk too much.
They talked too much. They were too much all over each other. They were too kind too. I mean, you can't be too kind, but you know what I mean. Like, it was weird.
There's too much of this.
It was too much of that. But I thought I'm not gonna like her as Alphabet. But then when I watched it, I kind of forgot who she was, because I think they transformed her really well into Alphabet, and I thought she did a great job.
Yeah,
I actually felt really sorry for her for most of it. Like, I was really sad for her, and you know, I don't think I ever got that from the musical at all. I always had a hard time understanding the musical. There was parts I was like, what's going on? Like, why are they so mad? Like, why? But I think the movie explains it better.
Yeah, like, it kind of humanized her and then everyone else as well.
Yeah, I would agree.
And it humanized Glinda as well.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. I think so.
And I do think that is a testament to both of their acting performances, because you forgot that was Ariana Grande, the pop star, and you forgot that was Cynthia Erivo. You did. Like, it was Glinda and Alphabet, and I think everyone did that. I mean,
they did a great job.
I mean, Jeff Goldblum is Jeff Goldblum in every movie, but he did a great job. I did like him in there.
I thought he was good at that.
But
actually.
I think he was. Jeff Goldblum is the wizard. You know what I mean? Like,
but he's Jeff Goldblum. I think that's his personality.
Yeah. So I think it worked really well. Yeah. But, like, you forgot who the actor was. And you just saw the
movie. That's what I really liked. I really liked that. And boy, does she have pipes.
Oh my gosh. Cynthia Erivo can sing. And she can sing while being flown upside down, which is
I don't know how she does that.
Seriously, I have
Especially
no idea.
That song.
I know.
That song is hard.
She is belting high notes upside down, which is wild. It is
pretty much
so
impossible.
Wild. Yes. So I just think it was so well done and so well casted. But like, even like you talked about the sets a little bit. They did real sets as much as they could. Like, they built that moat at Shiz.
Yeah, that's so cute.
They built all the like outside structures. They built the inside structures. Like, they used as little CGI as they could. And the 9 million tulips.
I thought that was great, because there's so much CGI nowadays that it was kind of cool to actually see him put that much effort into a movie. Like, it was great.
Well, and an actor interacts with things differently than they do like something that's not there. Like, they were able to actually touch the things or run upstairs or you know, all of these things or run through 9 million tulips and have there be 9 million tulips. Like,
oh, I love the tulips.
They were like, that is so incredible. So incredible. But it was, and I think that's a testament to John Chu, the director. Yeah. He did such a good job. And I think you could tell how much passion and how much love he had for this project. Because even like his wife had a baby while they were filming.
Oh, really?
And so he was like in the delivery room with his wife on FaceTime with people, like making sure everything was going well and things were being done to how he wanted them done. And
that's dedication.
yeah, I think it was cool just how much love was put into this project, and it's definitely something you can tell from the final. You could tell,
yeah.
The final product.
Yeah, I thought they did a great job. I was a little disappointed they were going to do it in 2 movies, and there's a year apart. I'm one of those camps.
Yes, and I agree. Well, but
I'm glad they made it big enough that I could, like, because there's questions I've always had about that movie answered. Like, I'd watch the musical and I'm like, that doesn't make too much sense. Like, what are they doing? And I thought that was answered in the movie.
Yeah.
And so I think they just took a little extra time to explain things to some people like me who watch it, who loves it, listen to the music, and still try to figure out what was the teacher and the lion thing. And like, I never could understand that. Like, why it all just went so blah, and I don't know. But now I understand.
No, that makes sense.
I'm glad they did that. I'm glad they took the extra time.
I was originally very upset that it was 2 parts because I'm not a 2-parter, and where the stage musical is only 2.5 hours and the first movie was 2.5 hours, I thought it was going to feel like a lot of unnecessary length where they were just trying to make 2 movies to make 2 movies kind of a thing. But after seeing it, I don't feel that way. I am still upset. It's a year apart. I wish they would cut that shorter because
6 months is all we need.
6 months is all we need. But I actually am glad that they split it into 2 parts. Now, after the second one comes out, I want a director's cut full movie where they have all of the scenes in one movie. It can be 7 hours for all I care. I want a director's cut full movie because I think that would be incredible. But I just loved it. I thought it was so good. And the costuming was incredible too.
The costumes were beautiful.
They
I heard that Ariana Grande had to like sing through bubbles because her first bubble is real bubbles. Like a real.
Yeah.
So like when it popped, it would go in her mouth and she's still trying to sing with these bubbles.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
But like her bubble dress was so pretty. And I thought it was cool because it was pink, which on the Broadway musical, it's blue. So it was cool like homage to Wizard of Oz because in Wizard of Oz, it's pink.
Yeah.
But I just think like it felt like every single second of that movie was so deliberate and so like well thought out.
It was.
That like you really could tell as a viewer what went into this movie.
There was a lot.
Which is cool. Which I feel like kind of like what you're saying with the CGI, like movies nowadays, and especially with like AI and all these kinds of things coming out now, movies just don't feel very intentional very often anymore.
They don't.
But this one did.
And it just feels like it's the same thing over and over and over. And where this one, it was different.
Yeah.
It was just really different.
Yeah. Where even though it's not like a new story, it was a new.
But they stayed very true to the Broadway.
Yes.
That's what I really liked. They did stay really true to the Broadway.
Yeah.
Which made me happy. I just think they explained a little more. Like, they were able to use that extra time to explain.
Agreed.
More things. Because I was always really confused sometimes. I don't even know why.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like this movie also, you felt the emotion of it a lot more. Like the musicals never made me emotional at all, but this did because I feel like you could feel like during the Ozdas ballroom scene, like I feel like you could feel Elphaba's like disappointment and you could feel her like isolation kind of and her embarrassment, but you know, powering through. Like it just like it was so well done.
Yeah.
Also, we haven't even mentioned this star of this show, Bowen Yang.
You know, I was going to bring him up too.
I love Bowen Yang. He's one of my favorite SNL cast members right now. I think he is so funny. And he was so funny. Perfect. He was perfect in this show. So good.
He makes me laugh a lot in the SNL skits. He's pretty funny.
Yeah, apparently Ariana fought pretty hard to get him in the movie. Like she called Lorne and was like, "You have to let him come to do this movie."
Yeah, because they're not supposed to do anything while they're filming SNL.
No, they're not. And I'm so glad because he was so perfect for that role. My favorite deleted scene, and Ariana and him talked about this because Bowen has a podcast. They talked about it on this podcast. But it's a deleted scene where Glinda is meeting Fanny and I can't remember the girl's name, but like they're meeting at Shiz for the first time, like coming together as friends. And she, like, Glinda's like, oh my gosh, like, how have you been? Like, what's going on? And Bowen just goes, I've been through. and so that was like, that's a whole big joke now. I've been through. But it's so funny. Like, I feel like they were able, like, I feel like the show, as emotional and as like deep as it was, also showed how funny Ariana Grande is as well.
Yeah.
Like, she is so funny.
She is funny.
And I feel like she's never like been able to really show that very much, except for on her SNL. Her SNL episodes are always hilarious.
They're funny, but she's a good actress.
I'm really
impressed with her
and she's hilarious.
ability to act.
Yeah. So her and Bowen, I feel like were so funny together. It was so
They
good.
were cute together on there, so that was fun.
But
Let's
I love
talk
Bowen
about the music a little bit.
So now that we've talked about how much we love the movie, let's talk about the music. So obviously, it starts out with No One Mourns the Wicked.
Which is, okay, in the movie, I thought they did a great job because there was a part of her you could tell was sad.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
See, and that's the thing I feel like they did so well in this movie is that like little hints of what the deeper meaning behind the movie is kind of a thing. Like, it was not surface level at all. So like a little glance from Glinda or like a little movement from like in between like Elphaba and Fiyero, you could tell there was some tension there. Like it was done so well.
And there was parts of it because she had to go in, tell everybody she's dead, act excited.
Yeah. Good news,
but there was a part of her was like you could tell she was sad.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, I just thought they did a great job with that one.
Yeah. And I think it's been really interesting to see part of the good parts of the press tour where they are actually talking about the story in the movie. Like kind of their justifications behind their roles kind of a thing, because a lot of people look at Glinda as a villain of sorts, you know what I mean? Where she stayed with the wizard and was kind of on their side. But I think you can tell the intention behind of like someone had to change it from the inside in a way. Like Elphaba could go do her thing, but someone had to be there to
do the inside.
And I feel like you don't get that from the stage musical as much. But this, you could see that like there was real love there and real friendship.
Yeah. But she had to pretend like it wasn't.
Mm-hmm. Like she had to, like, and for the greater good kind of a thing.
Yeah, but you could tell she was sad.
Yeah.
It was, but I don't think, you could tell she was sad, but I don't think anyone else, like, in the movie could tell.
Yeah.
What it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
I thought they did a great job with that.
Yeah. I agree.
But I really like that song.
Yeah. And it's just such an iconic start. You know what I mean? Like, it's so, like, so
wicked.
Like, yeah. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just so
perfect.
Wicked.
It's very so perfect.
Next was Dear Old Shiz, which I'm going to be so perfectly honest is a skip for me when I'm just listening to the musical. However, I think it was done very well in the movie because it was skip.
Oh,
it's
you
a
skip
skip.
it.
Yeah, it's a skip.
In the movie too?
No. I think it was done well in the movie because, and it could just be that I was watching a movie and not just listening to a soundtrack where it made more sense in completing the scene, if that makes sense. Whereas when you're just listening to the musical, like it's just kind of like, I don't know, a throwaway part.
Yeah.
But Ariana was incredible. The girl can sing so high. It is so incredible. So incredible.
She could probably break Crystal.
I'm sure she could. She's so good.
I bet she's tried it.
Yes.
Okay. And I bet she succeeded.
I'm sure. Because the girl can sing.
Yeah.
Next was The Wizard and I.
That one's a fun song.
I think this was done so well.
In the movie, yeah.
In the movie. It was like just the visuals. This movie was so well done. I can't get over how well done it was. But the visuals and like I feel like you could really see the like hope and the excitement and like just like kind of the giddiness that Elphaba has at this point in the story.
See, and I thought they did a great job with her because she was a really good person who was treated really bad in her home. Yeah. Even by her sister, kind of. And she finally was like, maybe this is my break. Yeah. And like she's like, I finally belong somewhere. This is great, even though nobody liked her at that point. So, but she didn't care. Yeah. She just was like, I'm going to make it. Yeah. And you kind of like wanted to cheer her on. Yeah. Yeah. I like they did a great job with that.
I think so too. All right, What Is This Feeling is next.
That is the funniest
It
song.
is so funny. And I think it was so well done in the movie. Like the choreography was so fun and like just their chemistry was so perfect. Like it was so good.
Good, yeah.
So good. But it was fun to see like the different scenes through school and like them in different areas and stuff and just how they interacted with each other.
It was funny.
It was funny.
And it was just funny. They just hated each other so
Yes.
bad. And you could just feel it.
Yes.
The hate.
The loathing.
The loathing.
Next, Something Bad. Okay, I'm gonna be so honest. This is another skip for me. But however, again, I think it was done really well in the movie. I think it was because, and I think you were kind of saying this about the stage musical where the Dr. Dillerman story is kind of confusing and not very well executed in the stage musical, where I think it was like much better executed in the movie. And I think
I would agree.
I like the song better in the movie because of that.
I still don't like it that much. I'm going to say it's kind of a skip one,
It's kind
too.
of a skip. But
It's okay, though.
well, and I don't know.
But it's important to the movie.
It is important to the movie. Also, I mean, Peter Dinklage is not a singer as well, so it was fine.
I don't think he had to be because he was like this.
Yeah, I mean, he's a goat.
Yeah.
Now, the best part of the movie, Dancing Through Life with our one and only Johnny Bailey.
Fun.
He's just so perfect for Fiyero. Like he has the charm, he has the charisma, he has the
Looks.
je ne sais quoi. Like he just is so perfect. I love this man. I love him so much. But this was so fun in the movie. Like the choreographer was the same choreographer for In the Heights. The movie In the Heights. And I think
Excuse me.
you're good. She's got the hiccups. But like it was just so well done. And like the moving wheel that they were dancing
was cool.
through.
That was cool.
Well, and Jonathan Bailey had to be singing upside down, like basically strapped onto this wheel that's spinning around. And they had like all the acrobats flying in and out of it. Like
It was fun.
it was so fun.
It really had that fun vibe.
Yeah.
Like
It
it
just-
should.
Mhm.
Like he just was showing who he was.
Yes.
Kind of. It was fun.
I think it was so fun. Like that was just such a good time. And they were dancing like on the books, like in the library where you're supposed to be quiet and they're having this whole thing.
It's so fun.
I think it was so much fun. I think that one was really well done.
It was dancing through life.
Dancing Through Life. All right. Next is Popular. And this song
Popular.
in the stage musical is a skip for me because, and I think we talked about this before, 7th grade choir, my choir teacher ruined this song for me, so I literally can't listen to it. However,
If it's Ariana Grande.
I think she did such a good job. She changed the song, like there were different like options up and things like that for the song. It has a different ending, like this, like it's the same ending to the song, but the musicality of it is a little different.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But also, and again, I think because it's not just the song straight through. Like in the movie, there's little like talking scenes in between. Like I thought it was so fun in the movie. And,
It was fun.
And Ariana Grande is hilarious. Like she was so funny. And a lot of those little things were improvised or like just little things they did. And I think like you could tell kind of the organicness of it, if that makes sense. I think it was so well done.
I loved it.
And her holding onto the chandelier and spinning around was so funny.
That was hilarious.
And her great big kick in the hallway was so fun. Like, I just think it was...
She did a great job.
It was really fun. It was fun. Okay.
What's her name did a good job too.
Cynthia.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did a really good job. All right, next is I'm Not That Girl,
Oh.
which you love.
Who hasn't felt this way?
Yeah. But it was, again, just the emotion of this movie was so well done. Because you could feel it. You could really feel it. And you could see it in her eyes that, like, she's not that girl.
She wanted to be that girl,
Yeah.
but she couldn't be that girl.
She was.
But she really was that girl. That's the good part of it.
Yes.
But yeah,
But,
it's just that sad song.
Yeah.
I think every girl can sing it.
yeah, can relate
one
to that
time.
a little bit.
Or there's that good-looking guy that you just wanted him to notice you, and
And he just doesn't.
he doesn't.
And he just likes the other girl who in your eyes is more beautiful and more better than you in every single way. And
Every
you're
way.
like, why can't I just be like that?
Yes.
But it was so good. And Cynthia Erivo can sing. She really, really can sing. She's so, so talented. So,
They did a really good job with
Yeah.
that one.
All right, next is One Short Day. And I loved this in the movie. I think this was so fun. So this is a scene that was really extended. They extended it quite a bit. And they included Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth in there, and Stephen Schwartz was in there too.
Which Stephen Schwartz?
He wrote the music.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So, and I think this was the perfect way to include them because I feel like they had to be included somehow. Obviously, I mean, they are the original Wicked. Like a lot of the music was written for them. Like they had to be included somehow. And I think this was such a cute way, you know, explain kind of the history of Oz and the history of the wizard and the history of the Grimmery while keeping it like fun and cute and, you know, you could understand the propaganda of it all, which was kind of fun. But I think it was such a great way to include them. And the sets for Oz were so incredible. Oh my gosh. Like it was just magical. It was so really magical. Good. So good. So good. Next is A Sentimental Man by Jeff Goldblum.
I don't even like this in the music.
This is a skip, and this I would still say this is a skip. But
in the movie, it's fine.
It's fine. It's again because it makes sense in the story. I feel like this is one that also in the musical, it's just kind of like thrown in there that, you know,
I think they want to know. They want to introduce him.
Yeah,
like they want to show who the Wizard of Oz is.
Yeah, and I feel like you got that a little bit more from the movie. Like, like you were able to kind of, I don't know, see his intention a little bit more behind what he was doing, at least in his mind, what he was aiming for. So, and again, I feel like this is one where Jeff Goldblum is not a singer, but it really didn't matter. Like the wizard doesn't have to be a great singer. He doesn't have to be a good singer. So,
I think he did a great job. I really like him. So
yeah,
I think he was great.
I think he exudes the wizard. You know what I mean? Like he has the charisma.
He has the charisma of a wizard. Yeah, for sure.
Of someone who could woo a town. Yeah. Or woo a civilization like that. And then next, the ultimate, Defying Gravity. This was so well done. So well done.
Oh, it was amazing.
Like, genuinely, I think it was... I don't know, it's so hard to explain or not hard to explain, but hard to find the words for, because it was so, like, just well executed. Like, it was executed to perfection. Her singing was perfect. Ariana Grande's singing was perfect. Like, and then the set and what's the word I'm looking for? Like, the activity that was going on around her, like, built up the song as well. Like it wasn't distracting from the song, but it built up
to it,
to it as well, which was so great. It was so well done. And holy cow, the girl can flip and sing.
Yeah.
Not flip and sing, flip and sing.
She can flip
flip and she can sing at the same time, which is so incredible. But I feel like this, like, even like the scene where like she's falling and she sees like little version of her in the glass.
Yeah.
And she's like, I think you can kind of tell she wants to do right by her and she's going to do what's right to make that girl proud kind of a thing. Like,
yeah, I agree.
It was just so beautiful and it was so well done. And
it was great.
And like, you know, even at the end, like where her cape's big and she's big, like it was incredible.
It was incredible.
It was incredible.
The musical on stage, she just goes really high and everything gets real big. But on there, you could really see
it.
I thought that was amazing.
Yeah. No, I think it was so good. And also, I feel like you could tell, like, again, the relationship with Elphaba and Glinda. You could see just the disconnect, like the love and the friendship and them wanting to be on the same page, but they just aren't.
They just came from two different places.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, I think you can
so there was a little bit of, like, no, you got to do it my way. You got to do it my way. You got to do it my way. No. And there was all that. But they were friends.
They were friends. And you can really see the heartbreak of them knowing that they are going to be on separate sides now going forward. And they're going to do, but they have to do what they know they need to do. Kind of thing. Like, it was beautiful.
It was really beautiful. Yeah, it was amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Defying Gravity. That is where it stops at the
That is
musical.
halftime.
That is halftime. So here we are at halftime, waiting for another year.
For another year. Well, it's only 11 months now, so.
Did it come out just before Thanksgiving or right after Thanksgiving?
It was just before Thanksgiving. It was like the 22nd, I think, 23rd, I think, of November. But they have released now that part 2 is going to be called Wicked for Good, which is sweet because that's such a good part. I'm just so excited. I think seeing how well part 1 was done makes me really, really excited for part 2.
I'm excited for part 2. And
Really
they've already
excited.
filmed it and it's already done. It's already in the books. So
So
they can't really change it.
no, so I know they added one song, at least one song. So I'm really interested to see how that goes because I do think the music's a little lighter on the second half. I don't think there's as many songs.
Yeah, I think it is.
I'd have to check, but at least the length of music isn't as long. But I'm really excited. You know, I feel like part 1 and part 2 are very different stories or very different, like they have very different vibes. Part 1's a lot more lighthearted than part 2 is. So I think it'll be interesting to see, like, especially like Ariana Grande, how does she translate into kind of a heavier theme? You know what I mean? How does her acting translate? But the girl can sing, and For Good is going to be so incredible. So incredible. Oh my gosh, we didn't even talk about my least favorite part of the movie.
What's that?
Ethan Slater.
Why is he your worst?
No,
I
actually,
don't mind him.
it is the girl who played Nessa, who is really my least favorite part. When she says, me and Bach, it's the worst.
Why?
But it's just the way she says it is so, and the internet has been flaming her for it. But go back and listen to it. It is wild. I mean, she did fine. She's, you know, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to get canceled. But she did fine. But I do think it's really just Nessa as a character.
It's the character, Nessa. It's not the person.
Yeah, no, not the person. It's the character Nessa. She's just the most insufferable character in the whole entire world. And
it's like, do you want a house to fall on her?
literally. But so I think it's going to be interesting to see how she does in part 2. And I think I agree. Ethan Slater did a much better job than I thought he was going to do.
He was kind of funny.
I think there's a little bit of SpongeBobism there that
I didn't see SpongeBob.
It's probably accurate to Bach. You know what I mean? Like it's probably because I mean Bach could probably be a little SpongeBob-y.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad about it, but there's a little bit of SpongeBobisms there. But so it'll be interesting to see as their story progresses how it goes. I don't know. I'm just so excited.
I think I love part 2, so I'm excited.
So it's gonna be really, really good.
And
we
will do that one sometime.
We will cover that when it happens.
Yeah.
But let us know what your thoughts about Wicked Part 1 were. I know a lot of people were very surprised that it was a Part 1, which, to be fair, when you do go to buy tickets, it just says Wicked. And then when it starts and it goes Wicked Part 1, a lot of people were surprised about that. But in my opinion, if you watched one like press thing or a trailer, you would know it was 2 parts.
Yeah.
So I think that's people's fault, but I know a lot of people were very shocked to see that it was part 1.
I was not shocked. I knew
I was
going
not shocked.
into it.
Yeah.
I was not happy about it, but I went into it.
But after seeing it, I'm okay with it. I wish it was coming out sooner, for sure. I think a year is a little ridiculous, and they're just doing it for the Oscar cycle or the award cycle, which I think is so lame.
Well, they got scummed.
Oh my gosh, we didn't even talk about this because the Golden Globes were on Sunday.
I didn't watch it, but I heard
I didn't watch it either.
Scummed.
Amelia Perez won Best Musical over Wicked, which is a movie or it's a musical that had Selena Gomez in it. It had Zoe Saldana, something. I don't know how to say her name. It had her in it. It was nothing compared. Okay, well, I never saw it, but from what I've seen, it was nothing compared to Wicked, and I'm really upset that Wicked didn't win Best Musical because Wicked is for all time the best musical. It was so well done. So well done.
Well, if you're gonna go musically, if you're gonna Selena Gomez, Ariana Grande,
yes.
There's really not a
Selena Gomez doing really bad Spanish and Ariana Grande
hitting those high notes.
I'm sorry, there's no competition. No competition. Even Zoe Saldana, who I think she sang the majority of it, she can sing fine. She's not a singer. Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo, Jonathan Bailey, The Love
They
of
were
My Life.
amazing.
They were incredible. So I'm really upset about the Golden Globes, but hopefully the Oscars has their head screwed on straight because look at me. Even Jonathan Chu needs to win
Best
director. Like that, it was incredible. It was incredible. Nothing holds a candle to it. So, anyways,
There we go.
that's my little soapbox for the day. But
All right. Let us know what you think of it.
we want to
If
know
you
what your
liked
thoughts. If you disagree with us on anything or have any other thoughts, because it was so good. I loved it. I'm so excited for part 2 too.
Yeah,
as well.
Me too. Very
So,
excited.
We
All right.
will see you next week.
Give us a like.
Give us a like. Follow us on your preferred streaming platform and social media, and subscribe on YouTube. It's all just from vinyl to streaming. And give us a thumbs up and rate and review. And we'll see you next week.
All right.
Okay?
Bye.
Bye.